When you work as a SAP MM consultant, every day you will receive requests for, say, this product or that product. The first thing you have to do is to place it into the SAP system by creating a purchasing requisition so that someone else can also access it whenever it is necessary. So, inside our logistics, inside materials management, inside purchasing, and inside purchasing requisition, we can create our purchasing requisition. Once this request is inside the system in the form of this purchasing requisition, then anybody else who needs to get access to this reference can easily just pull it up using the number which is assigned to our document. What you're going to be doing with the purchasing requisition is you're going to be escalating it to whoever is in charge of taking a look at whether they should be approved or whether they should be rejected. So let's enter into our purchasing requisition. So let's see how we can create our purchasing requisition. Here you can see is basically a spreadsheet sort of a material that has been outputted here. Here we can specify the item numbers, and the item numbers are going to be nothing. It's basically how we reference this whole line. So if we say item 01 is to be verified, it means that this whole line and everything associated with this is going to be verified. We say item number 2 is to be verified, this whole line is going to be verified, and so on and so on. So it's just a way of accessing this specific record and assigning some sort of a number to it. Here we're going to say item 01. We're going to skip over these two fields. These are asset fields. So are we dealing with an asset inside the company? And that's not what we're doing. This is the item category. We don't need to worry about defining an item category. Here we can define the material number. And actually what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using some materials which have been predefined by SAP. So what do I mean by this? Say we have a plant 1000. This plant is actually defined by SAP inside the IDS user group. So anybody can have access to plant 1000, and this plant is going to be having lots and lots of materials associated with it, and it's going to have all the advanced configurations set for those materials, so we can do all sorts of things with these materials. We can define delivery schedules, we can work with different vendors, and all those things can be done here. So we have a plant 1000 here, and let's try to find a specific material. So let's come over here, and inside the plant I'm going to search 1000. And if you don't see this screen currently, what you can do is you can come over to this folder tab, and here you're probably located, say, inside the material number, and that's not too helpful since you want to filter out the materials by the plant number and want to know what materials are provided by that specific plant. So here you can just select W, and it's going to bring you to this page, which is going to allow you to filter out the materials by this plant number 1000. Let's hit finalize, and here you can scroll down here, and let's take a look at a couple of materials. Here we can see there are materials for the cable. We can look with cables. Let's scroll down one more time. There's a computer that we can order as well. Here's the computer. Let's hit continue, and you can see that the material number has been loaded in from the selection screen that we saw previously. Here's some short text you can assign. You can say, please deliver urgently, CUST, meaning this is a customer order we need to fulfill. This is not for inventory. The quantity is an order of 10,000. The delivery date we're going to specify as 7 days forward. So 7 days is a quite fast delivery. We're going to go with 7. And this is going to be delivered, or this is going to be required as delivered on the 7th of August. And we don't need to worry about the material group. Once we press enter, the material group is already loaded in. And let's come down to purchasing group. We need to define our purchasing group. Our purchasing group is going to be AGR. This is the group that we have defined previously, and we can use this purchasing group, which is actually not associated with a specific company code, and we can use that with this specific plant and this specific order here. So this is all the information that we require. If we hit save, we should be given any fields that we may not have entered, Or if we have finished entering everything, it's going to say purchasing requisition number 0010013953 has been created. So here we saw how we can create our own purchasing requisition, and this is the way how other departments, mainly the sales department, requests us to order certain products. You can also define other fields over here, and we'll just explore this real quick. The agreement field is going to allow you to specify a specific agreement that has been set with a fixed vendor before. Here you can specify what vendor you desire. So the DES stands for desired vendor. And if you desire a specific vendor, say you have a preference for a vendor, you can desire that vendor here. Type your vendor names over here. And for the agreement, you can specify a specific agreement you have with one of those vendors. The agreement is going to hold information like delivery schedule, as well as discounting amounts. Say 5,000 units is going to give you a discount of 1%, 2%, those sorts of things. So with that, let's end this lecture and let's move on to the next step in the purchasing cycle.